Resident Alien Season 3, Episode 1, Lone Wolf. Not to be confused with Bad Wolf, it's a different alien.
Yeah.
Yeah. He has a very interesting work cycle now.
Yeah, and the my favorite part of this episode is the briefcase of pizza.
Yeah.
It's not in a box, it's not in some leftover tin, not even in a pizza box. It's just sort of shoved into his briefcase.
I mean, can you blame him?
I like pizza too, but wow.
Honestly, that is probably something I would do, and probably something I have done, and just forgot that I've done it.
It's a very childlike thing to do, like shoving a briefcase with pizza. Because it also was weird because like it didn't look like his briefcase was particularly messed up by sauce or anything. Like it's like that. The reason you don't do that is it would damage the crap out of the pizza, and you'd have sauce all over your briefcase.
I'm guessing really cheap pizza with very little sauce.
Yeah, it would have to be something like that.
It looked like frozen pizza. Yeah. Like the pizza that you pull out of the fridge after you make it type thing. It looked like he had it in the fridge and it's pizza leftovers.
Yeah,
if he froze it, it might be a little more sturdy. If he froze it before he put it in his briefcase. But wasn't he eating it while he was?
No, not frozen, but like if you have it cold, it gets very stiff.
Yeah.
But yeah, it just like that doesn't work. But
as long as you cool it before you pack it, otherwise it just sticks together.
Yeah. I'm more curious, like, what is his species' sleep requirements?
Well, we know he doesn't sleep a lot, probably 4 or 5 hours. I swear I'm not one of his species.
You swear?
Yes.
You also told us you're not Osgood, but...
Yes, exactly. I'm a Zygon. I'm not one of his alien species.
I wonder if... Okay, another thing. I wonder if, like, owls are just, like, prominent in, like, alien subculture, whatever, because... Do you think a movie called like The Third Wave or something like that?
No. It was
Fourth Kind.
Yeah. I knew exactly what you're talking about,
and probably
a reference of.
Yeah.
I think because a lot of this the alien referencing they're doing and stuff is based off of actual like ufology and stuff. Because I don't remember a lot of it because I was really into this when I was a kid. I was like another Sahar. But like those supposed airplane thing, spaceships in the first season.
Yeah.
The little gold figurines, those were actual artifacts that were actually more of supposed to be birds that like bird toys that ancient Central American natives made. Stuff like that. And I love the fact that the ancient alien guy was in there being all making fun of himself. I love that.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of Sahar, while that's at the top of mind, she's leaving, and which is interesting. That's why she's been trying to get him onto another group of friends. Like
friends.
Make more friends so that when I leave, you don't have a problem.
I'd have to say that I like Sarah. She's a good character. Sahar. She's a good character and everything. But I'm sorry, she was right. you can just say no.
Yeah.
Like, no, you can just, I know, people like that annoy me and say, because it's destroying the ocean. So you know, you can say no. You don't have to make me feel like an ass about it.
Yeah.
I mean, she's right. But, the item already exists, and me using it or not using it's not going to make it not exist.
Yeah. But I mean, there are alternatives as well,
Oh,
and it's
yeah.
supply and demand. So the more demand, the more supply they'll make, which is why I go to places that, you know, I do Starbucks because, hey, I use my own cup.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
And also, why would anybody be afraid of an owl? Owls are cute.
I mean, it's a nice tie-in from last week.
I
Because Jareth turned into an owl.
Oh yeah.
Well, and different cultures. I'm not familiar with the culture that they're portraying here, so I'm guessing this is a true thing that owls have this sort of ominous nature to them.
They do. I'm not that familiar with Native American culture, although I would love to learn. But they do. I know certain animals do have different animals have different connotations, and I think the owl is one of those negative ones.
Oh.
I know the coyote is.
Yeah, I think that one's more of
Coyote
a trickster.
Yeah, coyote is basically Loki.
Yeah, he's got that. From what stories I have heard, it's got Coyote has the same sort of vibe as Loki. Yeah, not exactly the same, but they're both sort of tricksters in their own way.
Yeah.
I was gonna say something. I lost track. That'll come back to me. It'll come back to me randomly.
I re-binged the entire series to refresh my memory.
Yeah, because there were a lot of moving parts this episode. They're like, oh yeah, that was the thing. Oh yeah, that was the thing. Oh yeah, okay, yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah, there were.
Oh yeah. Oh, now I remember. I thought it was funny. It's like, oh yeah, I just got an owl. Owl flying around. It stares at me at my window. She just like scooches over.
Like, yeah.
Sit down.
Well, that's what happens when you live in a town that has a really high Native American population.
And I also like it's like no. We're not usually I would this thing or this thing. No. You need cedar. You need cedar.
Yeah, it's like sage is usually what we go to, but yeah, you need something a little stronger.
Cedar.
Yeah. Just light this in every room of your house to ward off the spirits. Will you come with? No, I'm not. Dad, will you come? No, bye. It's like nobody wants to come over.
I also love the there's no barn with a brown door or bright roof.
Oh yeah,
look at it right there.
I love Liv's in-laws. They're just so much fun.
I have no eyes. Although that beef jerky looks so good though.
I love her in-laws. Their sarcasm is so much fun.
And then of course we're probably gonna get some commotion. No. I can't think of the word right now, but with the mayor and his wife, because she wants to sell the house now, so there might be some turmoil with that.
Yeah. Well,
Mm.
she wants to sell the house because of the owl.
Yeah,
Evil owl.
but we all know the owl would just follow her, and we all know that the owl is just an alien spy.
Of course.
It depends. Some like birds aren't real. Some are U.S. spies and some are alien spies. I guess the owl is an alien spy.
Yeah.
Which would make sense why if that were true, that native myths would say, especially if they came to the Americas, native myths would be like, no, that's a bad thing, because they cracked one open one time and it was all weird. And then like, to somebody who didn't understand the alien technology, that would seem very evil. So getting that coming through the ages, that would make sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
then we
he
got
likes
the
really salty fries.
Well, he needed salt.
Yeah, true.
Sometimes you need that salt.
But yeah, and so then we have the main thrust of the episode is the date with the gray.
Yeah.
And it's like
he's I'll tell them. You can't tell them. That goes against all of the
the Shadow Proclamation. Code. Oh wait, that's wrong universe.
Yeah, wrong universe.
Same idea though.
Basically the Shadow Proclamation. And it's like, I love how it's like, yeah, well, you're right. I have it here in my pocket. It's right there on chapter 1.
Goddamn, Earth has rubbed off on him.
It really has.
He's found things he likes in human culture and going, I should adopt these because they are very useful.
Yes.
Especially when dealing with humans.
This is some bullshit.
I love how she's like.
I like the fact that Darcy knows now, because Darcy came in and she's like, "Why are you listening into her date?" It's like, don't wreck that. You wrecked it. She's like, "Oops."
It's like, hey, it's only weird if you do it.
Yeah. It's like, so you're allowed to track Asa, but I'm not. Well, yeah, it's only weird when you do it. And I appreciate that. She's like, she knows, so it's like, he's a gray trying to take over the world. You let her go on a date with a gray. Well, I was monitoring her to keep her safe, but now you destroyed that.
I love how Asa's like, oh, something else you know about him. He's not good with right and wrong. He's like a little puppy.
Like a child.
Like a child. I don't know better.
Yeah, it's like he doesn't know. He doesn't have the emotional capacity to know right from wrong. He's like a child. Yes, I am a child. Do not hit me.
It's like, don't hit him with that. Use this.
Yeah.
And we also found out that one of her friends just
Jody
comes over to take a bath because her
Jody. I mean, she is a skank, so.
Yeah, because her bathtub is full of dishes.
Dirty dishes. Why? At that point, just throw out the dishes or something. Come on.
Yeah, just turn on the water. Let it fill up and clean dishes. And bathtub soup.
Ew. She did mention, I'm making some Jody soup. You want to taste?
Oh no, I'm rising. Please don't do that.
Yeah. I do love the characterizations in this series. I love how they're all so uniquely dynamic. Like Jody and her town skankness. She just embraces it. She's like, "That's Miss Chlamydia to you." Mrs. Chlamydia was my mom.
And hey, at least she cares for her cat, so that's something.
Oh my god, she is, yeah.
Not a fan of hairless pussies.
Oh no, I have no problem with hairless pussies. So usually they're cute. Just the way she treats them is just creepy.
Oh yeah, it's not mean to him.
Yeah, true.
They do look like raw chicken.
They
They
do.
they do.
Rotisserie raw chicken.
Well, no,
They also,
rotisserie would imply cooking. Then it
yeah,
wouldn't be pink.
yeah. Also, they're a real pain to take care of.
And they're little divas.
Yeah, because they have to have special skin ointments and all that, and it's just, there's a reason I never got one of those. Even if they are cute and alien looking.
Yeah.
I am not an alien.
Oh my god, that cat is an alien spy.
That would be the ultimate. They already had an octopus, so
Yeah.
not a spy necessarily, but just sort of like,
He was his cousin, so to speak.
yeah,
The
like,
way our human cousins.
yeah. So I mean, Sphinx cats in this universe, like with owls possibly being alien spies, and all that, like a Sphinx cat being something they introduced so that they could, get this alien that looks like a cat. It looks like a cat, but is hairless. It's like, well, how are we gonna ever infiltrate? Well, they look kind of like cats. Yeah, but they're hairless and weird looking compared to those cats. The humans won't go for it. We'll just introduce them as a special, designer breed of cat, or something like that. We'll just introduce them as a special type of cat, to the rest of the world, and then boom, we're all good.
I mean, in the MCU, they have the Flurkins, which are adorable.
Yep.
They're cats with tentacles in their mouths, dimensionally transcendental stomachs.
One thing that confuses me right now is, so Harry is trying to figure out why the Greys are on Earth. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, but then why is, I can't remember his name, but the Grey dude trying to figure out why Harry's on Earth? Like, he's on Earth to figure out why you're on Earth. That's why he's still there.
Yeah, but to keep an eye on Harry and figure out what he's up to, because remember, his Harry's species is very, very sociopathic. They don't have the same kind of feelings as humans. They don't care. So it's like, why would you stay? Why would you care about these monkeys?
And we got a glimpse of that towards the end of the episode with his, thinking about killing Asta.
I came here to kill you.
Yes, that was so sweet.
Oh, you're gonna kill yourself? Oh,
In a
thank you.
weird way, in a weird twisted way.
Okay, well, I found it sweet. Also, not a psychopath. Maybe.
It's like, no, I'm not gonna kill myself. I'm gonna date him.
I mean, aside from the nictating eyelids, it's not bad looking.
Oh, I don't know why. It just reminded me of it. This is my penis. Yeah, you definitely need an HR meeting.
I love that the secret organization has HR.
Well, it's always great when you have, like, because secret organizations, places that are so organized and so efficient looking and so secret and all that, when they have something mundane, because they need that kind of thing, because like, yes, oh, yeah, you need secret agents and people there to do this, but you also need people to do all the tax work and to make sure, like, it's all run through shell companies and that sort of thing, or government agencies, but you still need somebody to do all that filing. And you need people to work out between two people, like, oh, these two people are having a conflict. We need to resolve that, or else we won't work very efficiently. So mundane jobs at very secret organizations are always sort of entertaining.
SCP even has special janitors.
Yeah.
So like, because it's such a top secret thing, it's like you need top secret clearance to clean the toilets.
Yeah, because you just might see something you're not supposed to see while you're walking down the hallway. It's like, we don't need. Yeah, so yeah, I'm sure they have, they have engineers that, well, engineers, they have, like, custodians and, people who go around cleaning the place, because that place is spotless. Like, you don't get that way without any sort of, cleaning staff. And you're not, and it's going to be somebody on board, because you can't have somebody just walking in, can't have an outside company doing it. Like, you need somebody you can control to come in and clean the floors. Though they might have just alien tech to clean everything. Who knows?
Yeah.
But, like, yeah.
They have a special sterilization program once everybody leaves.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's just, you have all this.
Like the ships in Star Trek, where it's like, they clean themselves. How are you so messy?
Yeah.
Also, I have to agree with him. I am smarter than everybody here. I can do it myself.
Yeah.
I've had that sentiment.
Me too. But the problem with that is, like she says, that bogs everything down. You need to be able to delegate too.
Well, it sounds like to me that he needs to instruct people on how to do this work, because, like, needs to come up with some sort of file, because if it was actually what he was pulling out and when he was looking at that guy's work and it was garbage, if there's 50 people in a room and only one person is actually producing anything of worth, like, the other 49 people are doing nothing, essentially.
Yeah, exactly.
So it sounds like he needs to be sitting people down and educating them on how to deal with, how to go through this stuff, so that they can actually get something done. Because, again, yeah, you're taking everybody's work. Well, if nobody else is actually correct, nobody else can put out work that actually is good. Yeah, that actually, they're just sitting there writing doodles on paper because it's not worth anything.
But hey, at least he saved them all.
Yeah. Although he did make the problem happen in the first place. I saved you all. He set off the bomb, and then he stopped the bomb.
Yeah.
A nice percussive maintenance.
Hey, if it works, it works.
I'm amused by the fact that Sheriff Mike is getting upset because his girlfriend pays for dinner.
I know. Like, oh no, millions of years of misinformation. How could she not know?
Oh yeah, the deputy is she is so good. She is so much fun.
I love the deputy. She's so sweet and snarky and just, yeah, you're an idiot. But she's so patient with him. And I know I said it before, but one of the things I love about this series is the fact that it's not all shippy. They like explore and like emphasize other kinds of love, like familial love, the whole, the love between Asta and Darcy, which is totally platonic but totally deeper than any of their romantic loves,
Oh,
you know?
Yeah, and it's
The
not
love
a
between Harry and Asta, which has no romantic context,
yeah.
but at the same time, it is just extremely strong. And
Yeah. And the idea that the whole main cast, like, other than people who were already together, like the mayor and his wife at the beginning of the series, like,
yeah, and
basically
Liv,
everybody kind of, like, it's not any romantic things that happen usually happen, like,
as a
if they're
catalyst.
real, they happen outwards. They don't,
Yeah,
they're not within the cast. It's not like, oh, this cast just dates itself, you know.
yeah, exactly. Like Darcy and Elliot, and now Austin the Grey. Joseph, I think his name was. Yeah.
Yeah, something like that, man. Yeah, everybody is, it's outward to a character you don't really know. At
Yeah.
least you don't know a lot about, or is constantly in the thing. Yes, they have significant others, but, or, boyfriends, girlfriends, whatever. They have them, but they're all sort of not important to the plot for the most
I
part.
mean, yes, but also like they're still even if they're semi main characters, like you know, they're pre-established, like Liv and John and Kate and Ben. I think they're the only two that are coupled together.
But yeah, so it tends to be, it's like it exists, and you might get an episode where they talk about it, but usually it's anything you hear about their love lives is usually like, here's a couple lines about it, like the dinner, paying for dinner thing, like
Yeah.
you get that, and then you don't really hear anything else about it that episode. It's not like, maybe you get an episode here or there where you kind of see what's going on a little more in depth, but mostly they're keeping it tight to the plot.
With the exception being Kate and Ben, because a lot of the series revolves around their relationship.
Yeah, it's just, but yeah, it's, they're not, it's not a very inwardly woven romantic
No,
web. You got the couple that was already married when they got there, and then everybody else sort of kind of goes out from the main cast.
yeah.
Yeah.
And they are still so tightly knit, like the whole they all grew up together, they all knew each other, they have this whole history.
Yeah, and the only people, and then that's also juxtaposed with people who aren't from the area, like
Yeah,
the
Kate,
sheriff.
Mike, Carrie.
Yeah, yeah, like, yeah. Yeah, you have all these few people out here that are not from the area, who are not woven into that community as tightly as everybody else. So, like, they also get they get a different perspective because, they don't have that.
Yeah.
They don't have that deep connection in the area. It's just sort of, I've been here a few years, which also is another thing. Like, what has it been, a couple of years since the last season or something like that?
Yeah.
I'd have to look at it. It's been a little while, so everybody's,
It's been like a year and a half, I think.
yeah, just more than a year is all. It's just like, it's been a while. It's just like, and so
Season 2 came out January 26th. Oh no, sorry, that was season 1. August 10th, 2022.
okay, so
But keep in mind there was that break, and then
Yeah.
Are you talking about the last episode or the?
I'm talking about no wait. Oh no, sorry. Okay. I was reading wrong. Okay, so it started in January 26th, 2022, ended August 10th, 2022.
yeah,
Okay, yeah,
so it was August 2022. So Yeah, roughly about a year and a half. So it's a bit longer than usual because usually you get it about once a year. Usually with the way these things go, so
Yeah.
it's a little longer than usual. But the other part of that is that the plot doesn't seem like a year and a half has passed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But so it's kind of weird because it's not as noticeable with most of the characters because they're already adults. But the kids, it's like, oh no, they're like a year and a half older, you know. So but it was only supposed to be like almost no time between season 2 and season 3, so
Yeah.
it's a little weird, but and yeah. I am the alien finder.
The ultimate part. Oh yeah, the world totally is a doom.
Fun episode, lots of moving parts.
Oh
I
yeah.
think this series is supposed to only be like 8 episodes. I think you
Yeah,
probably have
8
Wikipedia open.
episodes.
Yeah, so it's a much smaller season. So I'm gonna guess. Well, it wasn't like it was loosely written before, super loosely written before. This season, if it's only gonna be 8 episodes, it's gonna be tight because they probably have a lot they want to cover, and they're gonna really tighten up that writing to fit it into 8 episodes. Because this episode was full to bursting, like beginning to end, something was happening. There were parts moving everywhere.
Yeah.
It really was.
Yeah, so should be interesting to see where that ends up.
Should be.
Do we have anything else?
And I
Uh,
hope there's going to be a. Oh wait, no. There's 12 episodes this season.
Oh. Okay.
According to
Maybe.
IMDb, there's 12 episodes.
Okay. Well, I only saw 8 episodes, so that may be just not what's been announced. Because it was just on Wikipedia, looking for other things.
Oh.
let me think.
But yeah, I mean, if IMDb says it's going to be 12 episodes and I only saw 8 on Wikipedia, I'm going to go with IMDb, and just like the Wikipedia was only updated to what titles they had.
Yeah.
But,
Well, this one doesn't even have titles for. It has just the first 2 titles, and then episode 3.3, 3.4, all the way to 3.12.
Okay. Well.
Very important. His diarrhea cleared up.
I love that.
By eating toast and bananas?
Yeah. I love that. It's like, let's stand by the radio so nobody can hear us, but then we have to yell. It's like, it was the diary. Who has diarrhea? Diary.
I mean, it does kind of look like you say diarrhea.
Like, what about your diarrhea? It's like,
no wonder your diarrhea was so
diarrhea?
bad. Okay, yeah.
Like, I don't have diarrhea. It cleared up.
Okay, I got nothing else to actually why you wanted to say that.
Okay, well, if we're all good, I'll go ahead and stop recording.